All hail the Clicks crew! Alright guys, today we're doing the full set review of the Fantastic Four Heroclix set. So hopefully you guys have had a chance to get some of this in hand, give it a play test, be it in person, which I know is a little difficult right now, or online at the very least. I always like to do my set reviews a little late, because it gives me a chance to get a good grasp of how the figures work and stuff. It's less theory craft and more I've actually played with them and see how they work. It's just how I like to operate. With this set review, as always, everything's going to get a quick thumbs up, quick thumbs down. I might give an explanation, I might not. However, if you like to play a figure and I say I don't take it to heart. You can always toss out the "that's my favorite figure" card and you're good to go. I do plenty of silly things putting together a team because I'm using my favorite character. Other than that, now's a good time to let you know that Mr. Heroclix is sponsored by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for our game needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link from the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is also sponsored by TrollandToad.com. Use the promo code Mr. Clicksflix for 5% off your Heroclix order today. So thank you both channel sponsors for that. Thank you for the Patreon Clicks crew. You guys really help make the channel just a great place, fantastic place even to be. So we're gonna go ahead and go through these figures. I'll try to give a short explanation. Otherwise, I'll just tell you yes or no, just to try to keep the video semi-short. If I sound a little hoarse or a little off, I am feeling a little under the weather. Don't worry, I am fine. I'm actually on the upswing, so no worries there. But all right, so here we go. So we've got up first Mr. Fantastic. This guy's just bad. There's no getting around it. The only reason you're reaching for this guy is you're playing sealed and you desperately need this leadership here on these first two clicks. Next up, we have number 2 in the set, Invisible Woman. I like this one for a couple reasons. One, she has flight, so she can carry. 2, she has TK, which is really good for also team positioning for things like that. And then she also has 18 defend, and it seems like there's a lot of 17 defenses right this second in this set, so she for sure helps with that type of thing. So yeah, there is that with her, and she has this form a new Fantastic Four trait where you can pick other ones. This is the cheapest way to get that. Yeah, she's pretty decent. Next up, we have Human Torch. This is the 40-point version. This is not my favorite version, if I'm being honest. Not a great version of the character. Not bad. It's not as bad as Mr. Fantastic, but not great. Then we have the Thing. That 17 toughness is tough to swallow. He does have that stop clicks, as do they all on their last click, but only if they're if somebody with Fantastic Four keywords within 4 squares. I don't know. This guy's okay, not great. Next up, we have Doombot. Doombots are good. Acquire as many as you can. It's a 15-point robot armor keyword. Letvarius also seems like it's going to be a keyword, but mostly that robot keyword. I know we've gotten other cheap robots in the past set, even JLU. You were able to get multiples of what's his name? Justice Lord's Superman, but this guy's good. And he also has that that special on his damage, which is for all characters with this power. When a friendly character with the Latveria or Ruler keyword would be targeted by an opponent's attack or use of Outwit or Perplex, roll d6 4 through 6. The chosen the opponent by an opponent's attack. The opponent chooses an untargeted Doombot to become the target instead. New target must be a legal target. That's good. Making your opponent waste either an attack, a perplex, or not wait can be huge. Next is Nova for 50 points. The poison's cool. She's a taxi. Again, that Invisible Woman number 2's does basically what she does, but better. But the poison's cool. Skrull Infiltrator, acquire Skrulls, as many as you can, 20 points. They have shape change their entire dial, coupled with the way Skrull team ability works. Means they succeed on a 4 through 6, plus they got this rollout, so really unless they're dealing poison damage or something like that, they're not getting through it. And then they have this trait, which is assume your form free. If this character hasn't been moved or placed this turn, choose a standard opposing character within 4 squares of line of fire that has not been chosen by this effect. Both players roll a d6. If your result is higher, place Skrull Infiltrator and the chosen character in each other's squares. That can be huge for breaking up formations. Next up is Moloid. These guys are good. I was working with a local to show him, kind of how to maximize these guys. First of all, 10 points. That's always a good place to start. Monster is a good keyword. So they have Underworld team ability, so they can carry somebody that shares a keyword with them, or 2 characters if they're less points. Not likely to get less than 10 points. So you're probably just carrying somebody that shares a keyword with them. They have the special on their movement: plasticity, sidestep, stealth, power. If Moloid and another friendly character named Moloid are adjacent to the same piece of blocking terrain, destroy it and remove an action token from both of them. That's pretty good. And then they also have enhancement. Empower on there, so that they can do +1 to their close attack damage. So basically, what you're doing with these is Underworld team ability. You have a few different things you could do. You could carry this. Let's hypothetically say you start off with 2 of them. You could have the one carry 7. Place the guy in front of him closer to your opponent. Sidestep another 2. Place the one in front of him again, and then sidestep another 2 for total movement of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 movement for 20 points is pretty good. And then your next turn, whoever doesn't have the action token, if you're adjacent to a piece of blocking terrain, you give them the power action to remove it both, and you rinse and repeat your movement to basically turn 2 be on the other side of the board. These guys are good. There's no getting around it. They can soak up, in the right build, they can soak up theme probs, all kinds of cool stuff. Here we have Spider-Man. This Spider-Man is not terrible. He's got hits with the close attack. So his a new kind of Fantastic Four, a new kind of fantastic teamwork trait is a little bit iffy when you put it with what he's actually designed to do. So it's when he hits with a close attack until your next turn. Other friendly characters, Fantastic Four keyword can use improvement when characters elevated hindering. That's good, except he's designed to be a running shot in capper. Except for, I guess if you're on clicks, 4 and 5. So there's that there. But basically, I'm going to give anybody with this a new kind of fantastic teamwork a thumbs up. Because these guys, when they work together, are devastating. They're just really good. So definitely a thumbs up for this Spider-Man. He doesn't work quite as intended, but if you use him with other Fantastic Fours, he's really good. Here we are with this Red Hulk, 75 points, and his other dial is, I believe, 50 points, right? Yeah. So 18 defense for both of them. And you're just choosing invincible or invulnerability. He's got the Circle of 4, which isn't bad, and then he's got the angrier and hotter tokens. At 50 points, he's not bad. Other than that, I'd kind of avoid. But that 50-point leadership's not bad. Then we've got Wolverine. This is the 40-point version. After she moves, remove an action token. Okay, not bad. But this is not the Wolverine you're looking for. The other one you're looking for is later on. She things, I've tried. There's no good she thing in this set. Black Panther, leadership and outwit, stealth if he occupies hindering, +1 attack. For 60 points, this actually isn't a terrible figure. He's got the Fantastic Four team ability, so he's healing 1 if somebody gets KO'd. Not bad, 20 defense up close, and it works with his stealth. This isn't bad. Next up, we have Black Panther. Black Leopard. Get yourself a Black Panther ASAP. Black Leopard, if I can ever say it right. ASAP. His stats don't look good, and there's a reason for that. And it's because he has this trait where maximum attack, defense, and damage values of opposing characters within 6 squares in line of fire equal to Black Leopard's printed values of that type. So basically, your opponent dumped 200 points into a beefy tent pole, 300 points into a one-man army. If you can pin them in place, and then you put Black Leopard adjacent to him, they're trying to swing a 10 on a 19. And there's nothing saying that you can't perplex their values down after that. So it's, they're replacing. So you get them down to a 10, you perplex them down to a 7. They need a crit hit to hit. So that's good. This guy's just fantastic. He's great. He's a good figure. Avengers, Fantastic Four are really good keywords. Wakanda's not a terrible one, but Avengers and Fantastic Four are where it's at for him. Thundra. Again, we're circling back to this trait where let me see here. Let me put this somewhere that's better. We're circling back to this trait thing is really where it's at. This Frightful Four trait. Anybody with this trait is a winner in my book. And they're all different depending on which character you're using. Individual combat. Unique modifier during opponent's turns. Friendly characters with Frightful Four keyword modify defense +1 for each attack that is resolved this turn. Doesn't affect first attack. So, let's say we're playing a 300-point game. Your opponent has a leadership, so they're going to get to attack 4 times. The first attack is standard. After that, defense +1 on everybody on your team. Second attack, defense +2, everybody on your team. Third attack, defense +3 for everybody. So their chances get less the more they try. That's great. Trapster, another one of the Frightful Four. He has this trait, Frightful Four, so again, we're going to just know right off the jump he's a winner in our book. We got a 12 attack. That's a good start. 75 points is good. Triple target. We love when we see multiple targets. It's a triple target incapacitate. When Trapster uses it, you may generate a paste marker. I'm sorry, I'm reading his thing. A paste marker in the target square. Characters occupying a paste marker must break away as if they were adjacent to Trapster. When no character occupies a paste marker, remove it. So that's really good there. And Trapster has plasticity, so they need to roll 6 to break away. Then he's got the Frightful Four unique modifier. During your turn, each opposing character modify defense -1 for each attack made by a character with the Frightful Four keyword. So let's say you have a leadership and you're playing Frightful Four. First attack, standard. Second attack, they're -1 defense. Third attack, -2 defense. Fourth attack, -3 defense. So if they have a 20, they're all the way down to a 17, which is much more manageable. Has nothing to do with hitting, it just has to do with attacking. So if they would have a ridiculously high defense like that, what you could do is like kind of attack in reverse order of likelihood of hitting. So let's say you had a 9 attack, you just roll that first just to get that out of the way, because that's still not super likely to hit on the 17. And then you go, all the way down to Trapster, who would be, 12 out of 17, pretty doable. Next up is Medusa. She's great. She has this Frightful Four trait again, and it gives them all shape change. Shape change is legit. It's good. She's got that. She's got plasticity, giant reach 4. Opposing characters to the 4 squares in line of fire consider Medusa adjacent for breakaway purposes. So basically, they have to roll a 6 to break away, which is really good. And then, yeah, like I said, she's handing out shape change. Has that basically 19 defense for close. Has TK. She's a good team player piece. Frightful Four keyword again is going to be her strong suit. Next, we have Mr. Fantastic. This is our first usable Mr. Fantastic. Once per attack, you may force the attacker to reroll a 4 in the attack, targeting Mr. Fantastic. It's not a bad one. And then he's got this Elasta-Finger Squeeze. Plasticity Giant Reach 4. When Mr. Fantastic hits with a close attack and has not been moved or placed this turn, until your next turn, a hit character modifies attack -1. Consider Mr. Fantastic adjacent for breakaway purposes. So kind of, ties him in place. You've got your outwit there. He's only 50 points. Fantastic Four and Scientist are good keywords. So there's that. Next up, we have Invisible Woman. We see what I consider that classic 19 defense on her. 50 points. Has the same reforming Fantastic Four trait that the read we just looked at had. Has the Form New Fantastic Four trait, which is also good. And then she's got Barrier Super Senses. Barrier is free, but only to generate barrier markers and scores adjacent to friendly characters with the Fantastic Four keyword. Normal barrier placement restrictions still apply. And she's also got TK. She loses the flight ability. This is, I would say, probably the not as good version between these two versions we've seen so far. But that 19's good. I wish it was a 19 with Defend. If it was a 19 with Defend, I'd be singing her praises, but they didn't want her, I think, competing with a different figure that we're going to see. She also had Pulse Wave late in her dial, so something to consider there. Here we have Human Torch, 50 points. This is much better than the other version. He's got Hypersonic Speed, dual target. He's got this Flame On thing where he can place hindering markers. Again, hindering markers placed is gives -1 to attack, so something to consider there. That's just all well and good. Next up, we have the Thing, and this is, I would say, the better. This is probably one of the better things in the set. He has Impervious. When he uses it and succeeds during close attack, after resolutions, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. Once per turn, when you roll a 4, you can roll it again. So basically, they have a chance to hurt themselves if they hit them and you make your imperv roll. That's good there. 18 for 4. This is just a good bend. For 50 points, this is a good, solid, kind of meat shieldy, which you imagine the Thing being thing. So this is good. Next up, we have Dr. Doom. This is a very good Dr. Doom. 95 points and 45 points, and then basically you're auto adding the 5 for his trait to get him to 100 points or 50 points. Starts off with, you see that there, that massive 12 with Pulse Wave, 3 damage outwit. Has this +5 when placing characters during game setup. Dr. Doom put Dr. Doom on this card. Generate 2 Doombots in your starting area. This game, when a friendly Doombot is KO'd, you may immediately place Dr. Doom from this card into their square and must do so if no friendly Doombot is on the map. When Dr. Doom is on this card, Doombots have leadership, and then he's got this other trait, which is Leadership Mastermind. When Dr. Doom uses leadership and succeeds, instead of normal effect, you may generate a Doombot. So that's good there. I like the 95 more. It's just a lot more going on. Really good selection of keywords here. Armor is good. Latveria is actually a pretty good keyword right this second. Mystical's good. Scientist is good. Ruler's not bad. So here's just a peek at what the 45 point dial looks like. Still no slouch here. You're getting your +1 for range attacks for all your Doombots and stuff like that. Good figure. I couldn't justify either way. Next up, we have Nova. This is the Herald of Galactus Nova. So we've got a 12 movement with hypersonic speed, 4 damage, perplex, 11 attack, 125 points. So this is more expensive than the other one. When an opposing character is KO'd after resolutions, heal the highest point friendly character 1 click. You choose if there's a tie. That's important because before, if it said highest and there was a 2, like 200 point characters on your team that were tied, you just didn't heal any. So that's cool there. 125 points isn't bad. Cosmic's a good keyword. I like this figure. Not the best figure in the set, but I could justify using her, especially on a Herald team. And you figure she's 125 points for either an 11 attack for 5 damage or 12 attack for 4 damage. That's just good, and she's at least going to make it 2 turns. So there's that. Next up, we have the Skrull Warrior, and he's got a trait which is Running Shot. Free until your next turn, modify attack +2, and Skrull Warrior can't use Shape Change or Skrull team ability, so you're dropping the disguise in order to hit, so that gives you a 12 for 3. There's a time and a place for that. Again, you've got your 50-50 rollout with that. and then you've got your 17 with toughness, so you can avoid things like poison and stuff like that. Next up, we have Hulk, and again, we have a new kind of fantastic teamwork. So automatically, you know that this is going to be somebody that I'm a fan of. And he's got his thing, when he hits with a close attack until your next turn, other friendly characters, Fantastic Four keyword, can use charge. I can't tell you how many characters. It's like, I wish they had some kind of movement attack. This is giving them movement attack. And then he's got this new kind of Fantastic Four, passenger 1, but only to carry a character with the Fantastic Four keyword. Once per turn, when Hulk is carried and placed adjacent to 2+ characters, after resolutions, you may make a close attack. So that's cool there. And then he's got charge, don't have speed. A lot of people got caught with that whenever I used them. They were having it, and then it was like, nope, not doing that. I kind of wish he had a 10, but I understand why they didn't do that. But this is a really good Hulk. For 75 points, it's a lot of mileage out of this. Yeah, he can get one-shotted, but I mean, he can do a lot for you. Next up, we have X23. This is 50 points. Circle of 4, so modify attack and damage +1 if she hasn't moved or placed. Toughness at the beginning of your turn. If she has 2 action tokens, heal 1 click. Then she's got Flurry, Sidestep, and Stealth on clicks 2 and 3. I like this one more than the other version. Better assortment of keywords. This is just not a bad figure. And she's got this team player team ability, so it's wild card. Next up, we have Ghost Rider. This is Robbie Reyes' version. There's 40 points, which is what you see here. And then there is the, was it like 80 points. This is the 80-point version. So he's got Improved Movement, Ignores Hindering. He's got Fantastic Four, Mystical, and Shield keywords. So all those are really good keywords. He's got the Beast Hunters thing. So after he's been moved, or when he's given a move action after resolutions, take a token off of him. So that's good there. Then he's got Phasing Teleport. When Ghost Rider uses moves up to 4 squares after resolutions, he may make a close attack. First special on his movement. That's really good. So he's basically auto breakawaying, and depending on what map and stuff, you can basically attack every turn. Because I think... give it a move action. I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments below. Is Phasing Teleport considered a move action? So, hypothetically, you'd be able to Phasing 4 or less attack and then just remove an action token, right? Let me know in the comments below. I'm not always right about these things, but something to think about. Then he's got this Penance Stare, which is Energy Explosion Pulse Wave. Once per turn, when Ghost Rider hits an opposing character that damaged a friendly character since your last turn, after resolutions, deal the opposing character penetrating damage equal to their action tokens. That's pretty good there. As you can see, clicks 4 and 5 are where you want to end up. You know, by hook or by crook, you want to get there. 40-point line isn't bad, but I mean, I feel like this 80 is just better out of the two of them. That's just too much upside to not do it. I wish one of these was a stop click, but they probably would have had attack on another 20 points to do that. Valeria Richards. If you see a character in this set named Valeria Richards, you want it. This is the 40-point uncommon version. She's got this special on her attack. Free, choose a standard attack power. Valeria Richards can use that power this turn. That's just flat out good. And she's got Perplex. With a range of 8, unique modifier when she uses Perplex to target another character that shares a keyword. Instead, modify the value except damage +2. Again, that's fabulous. And Fantastic Four, Latveria, Scientist keywords, all pretty strong keywords there. This is a really good support figure, and 40 points is a good point value for that. She thing, again, there's no good. She's got this leap climb. When she uses it after resolution, she can make a close attack. I mean, I guess, I don't know. If you have a TK, or there's so many other figures that I feel like are better for 75 points though. She does have Frightful Four trait. I don't know. I feel like this is the best out of the she things. So let's put it that way. If you want to run a she thing, this is the one. Next up, we have Claw. Again, Frightful Four means that I'm probably going to give it some kind of a pass, even if it's bad. But this guy's not bad. Frightful Four can use Energy Shield Deflection. That's great. Energy Shield Deflection is good. So you figure between him and Medusa, you can hand out Energy Shield Deflection and Shape Change, which is, you know, I understand it to be pretty good. Then he's got when claws KO'd, roll a d6, 4 through 6, deal 2 penetrating damage to all opposing characters within 4 squares. Depending on how you time that up, that could be a big deal. Then he's got barrier invulnerability. When he uses barrier, he may count range and draw a line of fire from a square of an adjacent of a friendly character with the Frightful Four keyword. So they don't have to be adjacent or anything. That is good. The ability to just barrier somebody in so they can't retaliatory attack is really good. This is a good figure here. Aim, Frightful Four, Masters of Evil, Scientist. Frightful Four and Scientist, I think, are his strongest keywords. Next up, we have Fire Lord. This is one of the ones I got to preview from WizKids, so again, thanks to them. Hopefully, when the new stuff comes out, I'll be able to do that too. 2 different point lines, 150 points, and I forget what the other one is. 40 points. Yeah, I knew it was like a lot lower. But anyway, good stuff going on. Energy Explosion, Poison. When Fire Lord uses his Energy Explosion, after resolutions, deal X damage to each hit character, where X is the number of other opposing characters adjacent to that character. That can be devastating. And then he's got for 40 points, starting off with that hypersonic speed for 40. It's just so good for 40 points. Cosmic is obviously going to be his best keyword for that. Here we have Punisher, the non-prime version. Flurry, when they use it, if each attack hit different target, make an additional close attack. So basically a sort of a three attack flurry. Power Cosmic, flight ability. These guys aren't bad for cheap Cosmic. Is there cheaper Cosmic? Yes. Is there cheaper Cosmic in this set? No. So not a bad figure. Next we have the Punisher Uncommon Prime. Frightful Four, so again, we're going to say that he's at least okay. Friendly characters, Frightful Four, deal penetrating damage to opposing characters with 2 action tokens. No getting around that. And then he's got Charge Flurry, Close Combat Expert, Colossal Stamina, Giant Reach 2. This guy's good. 125 points, and you have to get in, though. But the penetrating damage for Frightful Four is good. Next, we have Triton, Charge, Hypersonic Speed, but only if he occupies water terrain. It is a cheap prob. I'm not sure how much prob exists on Soldier, so that might be a cheap hypersonic / probber for Soldier keyword. Next we have Mr. Fantastic. I really like this one a lot. This is probably my favorite non-chase one to use. So Avengers, Fantastic Four, Illuminati Scientists, everything but Illuminati is a strong keyword. His trait is opposing characters within 4 squares of line of fire can't begin moving except during move actions, so that's really strong. Friendly characters with Fantastic Four keyword within 4 squares can use leadership. There's nothing about line of fire or anything. That's huge. And then outwit, range of 10, protected outwit. This guy's just good. So characters can't move except for move actions. They have to stay pretty much adjacent if he plasticity them in place, which point he's getting that 20 defense and he's got an outwit. This guy's just solid. Solid as solid can be. 2 different point lines, 75 points and 60 points. So if you want to shave 15 points off and just get 1 click of that super goodness up there, that's something you can do. But his 2 traits are really good, really powerful. Giving your whole team leadership is... I played him in a game and it wound up just being silly. Next up is Invisible Woman. This is a really good Invisible Woman. So Avengers, Celebrity, Fantastic Four, Lady Liberator, Shield, Spy. Everything but Lady Liberators is a fantastic keyword there. 75 points and 60 points also on this one. Fantastic Four and Shield team abilities, both good team abilities. 6 range, triple target. She's got stealth and improved targeting, ignores hindering adjacent friendly characters. Share a keyword with her can do the same thing. So good. That's so good. She's also got this form of new Fantastic Four, also phenomenal, which we've gone over before. Figure out how many points everything's worth, take that many figures and that many points off your sideline, and swap them out. It doesn't get better than that. And then she's got in cap. When Invisible Woman uses it after resolutions, hit characters modify attack -1 until your next turn. She's also got prob, so it's pretty likely to hit with that 11 attack with a prob, triple target in cap. That's really good there. Again, we have the flight ability again, so she can carry people. This is a really good invisible woman. I try to hunt one of these down. Next up, we have Human Torch. And here, let's hold on. We'll see where she starts. This is what she looks like on her 60-point dial. You're losing that prob though for a perplex, and in this set you can get perplex other places. Then we have 75-point Johnny Storm here. Human Torch. Friendly characters within 4 squares can use enhancement. That really helps him out a lot. And then he's got Pulse Wave. When he uses it after resolutions, chosen character, you may choose an opposing character that can use Protected Pulse Wave or Protected Pulse Wave. Within half the range line of fire, and deal that character 1 penetrating damage. This includes stop clicks. That's how many times would that save you in a game? I can think of a ton of times. And then Human Torch and adjacent friendly characters take no damage from energy, explosion, and poison. That's good. And here we are at 60 points. We still have all the same stuff. I'd say this is a stronger candidate than the previous 2 we looked at for going on his cheaper point value. Definitely more so than Invisible Woman. Mr. Fantastic, you could argue, to go on at lower point value. And here we are with Thing, 75 points and 60 points. 8 movement with charge, 11 attack, super strength, 3 damage. When he starts the game, generate an Alicia Grim bystander. Characters within 4 squares can use Empower, so we can get that up to a 7 if everybody ends up adjacent to him when he attacks. When the Thing makes a close attack, he may choose to modify attack +3, deal penetrating damage, and opposing characters can't use Shape Change or Super Sense after you do. If you do, after resolutions, KO the Thing. So let's say you do that on click 5. He's adjacent to 3 other characters, so that'd be a 13 for 6. Up to you. That could end a game. And then we've got Alicia here, which is if she's within 4 squares of an opposing character, Thing modifies speed, attack, and damage +1. When she's KO'd by an opponent's attack after resolutions, heal the Thing to his starting click and modify his speed, attack, and damage +1 for the rest of the game. That's really good. And then she also has that whatever it is, support. So this is a good thing when you the Thing is good when you consider him with Alicia. So yeah, there's that. Then we have Dr. Fantastic. A lot of guys seem to really like him. Plus 10 points when a friendly character is targeted with an opponent's outwit, perplex, or probability control after resolutions. Generate a Doombot each time. Then he's got Pulse Wave. The end of his dial power once per turn, generate a Franklin Galactus bystander. Then he's got Outwit, Perplex, free. Choose Outwit or Perplex. Dr. Fantastic can use that in additional time. That's just good there. 19 defense with Invincible up front is really tough to deal with. Fantastic Four, Latveria, Scientist, Ruler is not a bad keyword either. Then we've got Franklin Galactus here with his 12 attack, Pulse Wave, 10 range, Power Cosmic, 20 defense, Impervious, 5 damage. After resolution of any attack, if no friendly character named Dr. Fantastic on the map, KO Franklin Galactus. Okay. But that's just good. Him with the other one is good. So here we are. This is Human Torch. This is Sue Storm when she had Johnny's powers. I wouldn't be too concerned about getting this one. Then we have Franklin Richards. This is another character you need. Return of the Fantastic Four. Characters within 4 squares have Power Cosmic Team ability. Immune to Outwit. Can push. Not take damage. Okay, that's good. He can't be equipped, which is bad. First time Franklin Richards would be KO'd by his own unavoidable damage. Instead, tournament click number 11. Okay. Special on his attack is free. Choose 3 standard powers. Franklin Richards can use the chosen power and powers until your next turn. At the end of your turn, if Franklin Richards activated this power or made an attack, roll a d6, deal him unavoidable damage equal to half the result. He has 11 clicks, so you're probably going to get at least 3 uses out of this if you roll poorly. And depending on how you use it, you might not. Depending on who's on your team, you may never end up having a roll. because you just are using them for the Pyroclasmic team ability. This guy's good. And depending on what you pick, he can be devastating at the right time. You see he's got that 11 for 4 for 65 points. If you save him for late game, that's really devastating. Then we've got the Skrull General, 30 points here. As when a friendly character uses shape change and succeeds, the attacker can't choose a target with the Skrull keyword. That is devastating if you're playing Skrulls and your opponent is trying to do that and you make it. So it hurts. It's hurtful. And then he's got leadership. Friendly characters with Skrull keyword can use the Underworld team ability, so they can carry each other. Also, now, important to note, he only has the Skrull team ability. He at no point has shape change on his dial, so his shape change is only on 6. But there's plenty of ways to get that taken care of for him, and you will want to take care of that for him. But this guy's phenomenal. Must have if you're planning on running Skrulls. Next up we have Mole Man. He's got Leadership Mastermind. When he uses Leadership and succeeds, generate 2 of the moloids in any square within range. That's good, and it's cool that it's within range. It doesn't have anything to do with adjacency or line of fire or anything like that. So that's really good there. And we talked about earlier how good the moloids were. So especially when you generate 2 of them together, it's a lot to deal with. Then he's got Perplex. When Mole Man uses it to target a friendly character with monster keyword, he does not need range or line of fire. That's good there. He's got Underworld team ability, 5 range, triple target, energy explosion, 60 points. This is good. I mean, it's not as good as the Mole Man we all remember from Galactic Guardians or whatever, but this is a really solid Mole Man here. And if you're thinking about running them on a monster team as kind of a secondary mechanic, this is good. I don't know about running this as a whole mechanic, but as a secondary mechanic, this guy's legit. Next up, we have Living Laser. He's Frightful Four. Also, opposing characters modify attack -1 when making range attacks that target 1+ friendly characters with the Frightful Four keyword. So they -1 of their attack, and that there's no caveat in here about first one's exempt or anything like that. It's just straight from the jump, -1 to your attack when making range attacks to 1 or more. So that counts for him too. So you're trying to hit, let's say you have an 11, you're trying to hit a 10 on a 20, which is good. When Living Laser is missed by an attack, give him an absorption token. Remove an absorption token to choose 1. Regeneration at no cost, range combat expert at no cost. Both of those are phenomenal. Got hypersonic speed, bookending himself, running shot, phasing, a few places. Not the greatest keywords. Like Frightful Four and Scientist are his 2 best ones, but that -1 for range attacks is really good there. Next up, we have Hydra Man. Frightful Four. Sinister Syndicate's not a terrible keyword. 75 points. He's Frightful Four. Also, opposing characters modify damage -1 when making ranged attacks against Frightful Four. These ones aren't bad, but they're not as good as the other ones, like, to me, that give out shape change and energy shield deflection and stuff like that. These are kind of a second tier. They're still very good, but it's specific as to what needs to happen in order to trigger them. And then we've got Hydra Man's thing here, Poison Smoke Cloud. When he uses Smoke Cloud to generate water markers instead, after resolutions, he can use poison at no cost, and considers opposing characters occupying his water markers adjacent for poison. So able to really do a lot of poison damage there if you want. Next we have Sandman, Frightful Four, Sinister Syndicate, Frightful Four trait again. Opposing characters modify damage -1 for close attacks. So it's kind of the opposite. Quake Smoke Cloud. When you use Smoke Cloud, he can use Quake at no cost, but may also target any opposing character occupying or adjacent to hindering markers regardless of adjacency. That's just pretty good there. 75 points. I like Hydro Man just a little bit more because he has Endom, but they're both good. Next up we have Wizard. You need this guy if you're planning on running Frightful Four at all, because he has form a new Frightful Four, which is basically form a new Fantastic Four that Sue Storm has. but for Frightful Four. And then he's got this other trait, which is friendly characters with Frightful Four keyword within range and line of fire have protected outwit. That's good. It is within range and line of fire, so there is that to get around, but that's still just really good. And then he's got leadership, outwit, perplex. When he uses leadership on a result of a 4, choose outwit or perplex. This turn he can use the chosen power twice. That's good there. He's got the flight ability. Frightful Four and scientist keywords are his best keywords. But again, you just want to run them if for nothing else to use that form a new Frightful Four so that you can bring in other characters that are more suited for your opponent. Next we have Gorgon, Quake, but Gorgon can use it if you occupy a square within 3 squares of line of fire. That's not bad. He's okay. Inhumans and Soldier, 11 attack. For 45 points, he's not bad. Silver Surfer's good. Either point line. Take your pick. Both are good. 150 points or 75 points. Dawn Greenwood just makes him that much better with her enhancement and perplex. Oh, whoop, we skipped the Silver Surfer Prime, which is hypersonic speed, stealth, in-cap, precision strike, steal energy, but with close or range hits after resolutions. Hit character can't use protected outwit, or willpower until the next turn. Not a bad for a Skrull. Good for a Skrull. Next up we have Karnak, close combat expert, outwit. When Karnak has no action tokens and uses outwit, adjacent opposing characters can't use protected outwit or protected outwit until their next turn. That's really solid. Inhumans and martial arts really got a strong ally. Next up we have Thing. This is probably my favorite version of Thing in the set. He's kind of a passive-aggressive Thing. He's got a 19 with Defend and Invincible, and then it's all about Buzz and Chuck until Buzz and Chuck get KO'd, which 18 defense with Impervious for both of them, 10 attacks with both of them. But he's just good. So he's got that Impervious, and then he's got a Perplex. When he uses it, you can modify -2 instead of -1. This is good. I'd say almost a must-have for Fantastic Four. Then we've got Ms. Marvel. She's okay. Silk is okay, not great. Dragon Man is Frightful Four. Free if this character is adjacent to printed square blocking terrain, generate a light object. Plenty of times where that's an important thing. So I'd pick him up if you can for 75 points. He's pretty cheap on the secondary market. Ghost Rider's good. Just because if for no other reason, she hands out Energy Shield Deflection to characters that share a keyword with her or are less points. So that's good. Just handing out Energy Shield Deflection for characters on Fantastic Four, Monster, and Mystical is great. Those are really strong keywords there. And then she can come back. Once you KO her, she comes back. And then if she gets hit again, she's KO'd. So it's kind of like a little bit of a don't die mechanic there, which is good. She's got 18 with Defend. That's not really what it's about to me, though, for this one. It is just about the Energy Shield Deflection. Next up, we have the Prime Ghost Rider here. This is the number 53B. And to me, this is all about the 40-point version. If she hasn't been moved or placed this turn, attack and damage +1. Power, if no friendly character has been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that attacked a friendly character. Place Ghost Rider, make close attack against that character. That's good. And then she's got Poison, Steal Energy, and 1 stop click of Invincible probability control. Again, Fantastic Four seems to have a lot of Perplexed, so that prob's really good. Next up we have Wolverine. This is the truth here. This Wolverine, you need one. Fantastic Four, Weapon X, X-Men. Fantastic Four and X-Men are obviously his 2 keywords that are the best. New kind of Fantastic Teamwork, he hands out Flurry if he attacks. So, yeah, just to look at what we've done, you ignore characters hindering and elevated, you can get Charge, and you can get Flurry. That's pretty good. And then he's got I Don't Stay Down Easy. When he's KO'd, put him on the card. 4 turns later, he comes back on click 6. So 12 attack with Blades, Claws, Fangs, 6 movement with Flurry, and he's ignoring shape change when he does that. This guy is good. And so if he keeps going down, as long as somebody with Fantastic Four is on the board, he can come back. He's got that passenger one, and if he's placed next to two characters, he can attack. Then on his first clicks, don't ignore those because it's charge, flurry, and sidestep when he KOs an opposing character. After resolutions, remove an action token from him. So those are still too legit to quit in Dawn. 100% win in this book. Pick him up. Agent Venom, we have him here. He's got plasticity, shape change. Adjacent friendly characters can use shape change. That's the deal of the day for this guy. Fantastic Four, monster, shield, soldier are probably his best keywords. Thunderbolt's not bad, but yeah, that's what he's doing there. And he's got a 50-point line, which is really what you're using him for, where he has that, and that stuff's all traded. The adjacent friendly characters can use shape changes on click 2, though. So is that on click 1 on his? Yeah, that's on click 1 of his 75-point line. So that might be a reason to run him at 75 points. Next up, we have Amadeus Cho Hulk. Let's see here. He's got the Beast Hunters thing, so after you move him, you can remove an action token. Leap, climb, super strength, stop, invuln. Outwit, he can use, may use it X times, where X is 1 plus the number of opposing characters he damaged this turn. With Quake, that's pretty important there. And he's got... Yeah, he's got 2 different point lines. 150 points and 40 points. 40 points, I feel like, is where he's at for this guy. Then we've got Annihilus here. This guy's not bad. I feel like he gets overshadowed by some other characters, too. But he's got... What's the cool thing here? Heals equal to his number of negative tokens. Invincible. When this click is revealed, give Annihilus a negative energy token, so you accrue them. Outwit. When Annihilus is attacked, any positive modifiers on the attacker become negative. When Annihilus attacks a single character, any positive modifiers become defensive. It's easy enough to get around that, but still, I mean, he's pretty legit with the 9 range triple target, 12 attack with the Psychic Blast, 4 damage. 175 points is a little pricey though. 125 is a little better, but then it's like, I feel like I need more than that. But he does have his 3 clicks there, although you can blow through them. Next up is Super Skrull. We've all been talking about him. He's got 100 points, 75 points, and 50 points. I like him at either his 100 or his 50 points. Depends on what you're trying to do. Cosmic, Frightful Four, Skrull, Soldier are his strongest keywords. Warrior's not a bad one. And then basically it's pick your own adventure out of the 4 things. You can choose 2 of them. So you can either give him Sidestep, Stealth, Barriers free, but only generate 1 marker. Charge, Impervious, Close Combat Expert. Plasticity, Super Senses, Giant Reach 4. Running Shot, Energy Explosion, Range of 6. Most of the time, 99% of the time, what you're going to do is you're going to choose to have Super Senses and Impervious to go along with your 50-50 rollout on Shape Change and just be a nightmare for your opponent to try to take down. It is so dismal to try to attack this guy because you have to outwit so much or hope you have Pulse Wave or something like that. Pick up one of these if you can. I know he's getting kind of expensive. Blastar here is really good if you're thinking about picking one up. He can attack like two times a turn, which is ridiculous. And just the way he shoots in and out of adjacency is good. And the knockback on the right map, this guy's good. Again, we've got Frightful Four. Keyword, he doesn't give anything to his friends, but you take a look at this style and you're like, oh, wouldn't he be really good with Energy Shield, Deflection, and Shape Change? And that's 300 points right there. So, like, this guy's good. Then we've got Doom 2099 Revolutionary. I like him. This is not a bad one. That -7 is legit. Although it's a little bit difficult to get there. Next up, we have God Emperor Doom. I know a lot of people really like him. I think his home is at 100 points with that 12 attack, Pulse Wave, 4 damage with probability control. I think probably his strongest thing is getting basically all the Battle World keywords and putting them with other Battle World figures to get him up to 19 or 20 defense. Pretty easily. He's got this thing which is He ignores hindering for targeting. Free, choose an opposing character with a range line of fire. That character can't use the effect of equipment until your next turn. That's really good. And then he's got this Battle World thing where he's got +2 or -2 for the Battle World stuff. Close attack. Other characters can't use powers during that attack. That's really good. And then I wish that was like on, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. And then he's got Stop Battle Fury, Exploit Weakness. When this click is first revealed, remove all action tokens from Emperor Doom. So that's good there. You've got 2 of those to close out his dial at 100 points. I like it a lot. I think Mystical and Cosmic are probably his 2 strongest ones. Latveria's and Scientists are like kind of a second tier. Sue Storm's good. She is Battle World Other, Fantastic Four, Latveria. I think are her strongest one. She's got the Form a New Fantastic Four trait, which we've seen and we really like. Barrier is free, but only generate 2 markers. Sue Storm may use her displayed attack and damage powers as if she occupied the square of her barrier markers. That's good there. And then she's got Leadership, Perplex, and it's the typical Battle World Perplex there. So this is a good Sue Storm. I wish there was kind of a split dial on this, but there isn't. So you're invested at 100 points if you're using her. But this isn't bad. This is a good one. I still like the rare one better, but this is a very good representation. Next up is Valeria Von Doom. This is a good figure. She's got Leadership Perplex. When she uses Leadership and succeeds, choose a friendly character within 4 squares line of fire. That character can use Outwit until your next turn. Then she's got this kind of drawback where you give her an action token, and then she's got free, place her within roll a d6 and place Valeria Von Doom up to that many squares away. When an opposing character is placed within 4 squares in line of fire, after resolutions, deal them 1 penetrating damage. Plenty of crafty things to do with that that we're not going to get into right now. Fantastic Four, Latveria, Scientists are her best keywords. Franklin Von Doom is probably the not as good out of the 2 Von Doom kids, but is still good. He's got those 2 stop clicks at the end that give him Power Cosmic, Colossal, Impervious, which are good. There's ways to get around it, but and then he's got these other things here. TK and Cap, he's good, not as good as Valeria in my mind. Then we've got Maker here, who I'm happy to see. Scientist is probably his strongest keyword. Plasticity, Super Senses, Giant Reach 4. He's got Mastermind. Outwit Perplex. When Maker hits after resolutions, generate a token that is a copy of an equipment object that's equipped to a hit opposing character. That object has max 1 for each object name and isn't scored. That's his big thing that he's bringing. And then he's got Shape Change, generate a Maker 2. And this is what a Maker 2 is. Perplex, Outwit, Probability Control, as if you occupy this square. And then we've got Reed, Fixer of Universes. This is the first Chase title character, to the best of my knowledge. He's good. Basically, you're trying to get him all the way to your opponent's side of the board, and then you're releasing Molecule Man. And then we've got Mole Man here, which, to the best of my knowledge, the vast majority of people still don't have access to. But he's got Stealth, Phasing Teleport. When Mole Man uses Phasing Teleport, generate a hindering marker in a square he began and ended his movement in. Other friendly characters with the monster keyword have improved movement, hindering, and free move 1 square. That's why a lot of people are really clamoring for him. He's got Incap. Incap is free, but only to target a character adjacent to 2+ characters. Again, if you're running him with the other Mole Man and you have a bunch of moloids, that's a good idea. Monster, Scientist are his 2 best keywords. Alright guys, so that is everything in the set. You let me know what your favorite figure is from the set. I always enjoy reading that stuff. If you disagreed with a figure that I said was bad, let me know that in the comments below too. I always enjoy reading that stuff. Again, thank you for joining me. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember this on critical miss if you don't have probability control.